Good evening. Today is Monday, September 17, 2018. Welcome to the Sweet Talk. My name is Kim Matina, your host. I am a Google certified trainer and a top contributor in the G Suite for Education and CS First Help forums. Today, I want to bring to you some new features of Google Classroom that just came out in August. If you were a beta tester, you may be familiar with some of these features. Some of those features did become available to everyone after the beta was finished in, I think it was sometime in August. So what I'm going to show you is the new material post feature. I'm going to show you the new grading tool. I want to show you how to copy a class, and I want to show you how to add the classwork page to your Google Classroom. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen. And hoping that you see my screen. All right. So right now I am in Google Classroom as a teacher, and you can see here that I created this classroom a while ago because the classwork page is not visible up here at the top. I only have the Stream tab and the People tab available. I need to update this classroom so that it has the classwork page. And in order to do that, all you need to do is go down to the bottom left corner where the question mark is, click on that question mark, and at the drop down menu, you're going to see an option that says Add Classwork Page. You simply click on that, and it's going to prompt you to confirm. And Google Classroom will update your interface so that it includes the new classwork page. So you can do that on any class that was created a while ago, all of your older classes. And you can see up here at the top, I now have 3 tabs. I have a Stream tab, a Classwork tab, and the People tab. So that's one feature that was available, and it's highly recommended that you do update your interface to the new version. If by some chance you don't want to use it for some reason, I don't know why, you can always go back to the old version by clicking on the question mark at the bottom left corner of the screen, and you can select Remove Classwork Page from the drop-down list. But I highly recommend that you keep the classwork tab available in your classrooms. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to show you as a teacher is how to create material posts. So for this example, I have to go into the classwork tab, and I have to hit the Create button, and now you will see a new option in the drop-down list for materials. This type of post is supposed to replace the About page that was available in the older version. So a lot of people sent feedback into the team saying they need a place to add their class website or class websites that you use often, or even a calendar, something. People were complaining about it. They left feedback. The team listened, and they added this new type of post where you can create a material post. So you can create it similarly to an assignment where you would title it. So I will title it the website, class website. You can give it a description, and you can also give it a topic. If you don't give it a topic, this material post will be pinned to the top of the classwork page. If you create a topic for it, what you can do is you can label it resources and hit post, or actually make sure you insert the link to the website in here. I'm just going to put brainpop.com in here. Okay. and then you can hit post. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a material post with a topic called resources. All right, and again, this looks very similar to assignments. When you create topics for assignments, it's the same concept. You can create topics for materials. The material icon obviously is different than your assignment icon. You can move your topics for your materials up to the top or down, and similarly with resources or websites or any other types of information within your material topic, you can move up and down within that. So I am going to add another material post because I have been using Google Classroom right now for professional development with teachers, and I've been using the material post. And one of my teachers actually asked if I can split up my materials because I had, say, 10 materials lists in my resource topic on my Google Classroom. Well, he asked me, can you take your resources and split them up? So put all of your YouTube videos in its own material topic, and all of your PDF files or consent forms in another material topic. So I actually ended up starting to break up my material topic into more specific topics. So for example, if I type YouTube playlists, okay, and I can give it a topic and call it YouTube channels, and I can include my Sweet Talk YouTube channel link in here, and I hit post. So now what I can do here, it's prompting me and it's telling me I can reorder the classwork page, which I was just going to tell you. But now you can see here that I have two types of materials. I have a website material and I have YouTube playlist channel material here. These are my two topics. And I can take my YouTube channels and move them up in the classwork stream so that it appears higher up in the stream. So when you're thinking about materials, you can create topics for your materials, and you can create specific topics or materials for specific topics or units. And you can just categorize them that way. If I didn't create a topic for my material, it would just be pinned to the top of the classwork page. So I'm going to show you that. I'll just put website without topic. And again, I'll just use BrainPop as an example. Okay, so I have a material post with a website without a topic assigned to it, and I'm going to hit post. I want you to see where it shows up. So it shows up at the top of the classwork page, and remember the icon is different than the assignment, so you have to pay attention to your icons. And if I wanted to, I can edit the website material post. All right, but unfortunately I cannot move this up or down when it doesn't have a topic. So be cautious of that also. Before I was using the material post without a topic. Now, since I've been using my classroom and adding more materials to my classwork, to my classroom for teachers, I started to add topics for my material posts so that it's a little bit more organized for them. So I would recommend adding topics to your material posts just so you can keep them organized within your class. So the next thing that I want to show you is the grading tool. The grading tool is a great new feature that was just released. So I am going to go into the classwork page. Actually, hold on. Yep. And I'm going to open up an assignment. Okay, so I am on the assignment details where I can see my class roster on the left side. I see all the attachments for each student on the right side. I am going to open up one attachment for one student. And this whole new interface comes up. It's the new grading tool. So again, users left feedback for the team listened and incorporated this new grading tool so that you didn't have to go back and forth between the Google Doc and Google Classroom to leave feedback or to grade the assignment. You can do it all right in here. So right now, I'm looking at this student's document for this assignment. I can see the status of it right here, that the student turned it in. All right. I can actually go over, if I didn't want to use this grading tool, I can open up the Google Doc in a new window by clicking on this icon here. And you can see that the document is opened up in the old way where I can just have the whole document without the grading tool. So you can certainly click on that new window icon there. I can add a grade directly in the grading tool for the student. I can add private comments in here. And the nice new feature about this is that there's a comment bank in here. And this comment bank is going to allow you to create a library of comments that you most often use with your students. So I can go to the comment bank and I can add a comment in here and just say I wanted to add, I'm a language arts teacher and I was correcting pronunciation. So what I would recommend is giving your comment a code. So I'm going to put a P for pronunciation. And I'm going to hit add. And you can see here that my comment bank is going to show all of my different comments that I add. So I'm going to put V for verb tense. All right. And I'm going to put a G for great job. And I'm going to hit add. So now if I wanted to, I can actually, let me add one more. I'm going to put I for incomplete. So right now what I'm going to do, all right, this is my comment bank. I only need to add comments one time, and the comment bank will be available in other documents as well. So this is a great library of comments that you can collect here and accumulate. So right now what I'm going to do is, right now I'm in suggested mode. All right, I am going to highlight this and add a comment. All right, and I'm going to scroll over. And in order for me to get a list of my comments, okay, I'm going to close my comment bank out. In my comment dialog box, I can type in the pound sign. And the pound sign will show all of the comments that I have in my library. So if I wanted to zone in on a specific type of comment, you can use your codes that you assigned it, and it will filter out this list. So if you have 50 comments and you want to just zone in on the comments that are sorted by the letter I, by your code, you can certainly type I, and all of your comments will be sorted and filtered that way. So I can leave a comment right to my Google Doc and actually hit comment, and now my comment is recorded in the Google Doc using the new comment bank feature. This is a huge time saver because I don't have to keep going back and forth between the student's work and Google Classroom, and then possibly your student management system to enter the grade into your gradebook. So this is a nice interface where it allocates it keeps everything all together for you. I can also scroll to the next student. I can either click on the next page. Oops, sorry, before I do that, I have to actually return this to the student. So I have my comment in here, I have my grade, I have my private post or my private comment. I can click post and I can return this to the student, all within my grading tool. Once it's returned, then what I can do is I can page through to the next student. So I can hit the next page arrow here, and you can see that I am on my next student, Pebble Rocks. And I can repeat this process again. When I go back into Google Classroom, I'm going to toggle back, and I'm actually going to, I don't have to refresh my page, but if I wanted to, I could. You can see here at the bottom for Kimberly Matina that I have a private comment in here, and the assignment is graded. So you can see that it was returned. So that grading tool is a great new feature of Google Classroom. I already had a few teachers ask me about it. It is different, but after you get used to it, I really think that you will like it. You just have to get used to it and get into a routine or a workflow of it. So that is the new grading tool. The next option that I want to show you is how you can copy a class. So I'm going to go back to my class card page, and from this dashboard here, or the class card page, you may want to copy a class. Now, it is really recommended that if you're starting a new year or a new marking period or a new semester, you should create a new class and not copy the class. That's my opinion. But if you want to copy the class for some reason, you find the class that you want to copy and you hit the three dots up at the top right. Oh, and this is not even in here. Copy class should be listed here. So I'm not sure why that's not in there. That's strange. Well, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you go live, right? Well, anyway, the copy class feature should be available. Let me see if, oh, there it is. Okay, maybe it didn't show up on these three because these three are the older version of Google Classroom. So I'm going to show you in how to copy a class with the practice class. So again, on your class dashboard, you find the class you want to copy. Make sure it's in the new version of Google Classroom. And click the three dots and select copy. And it's going to default to copy of is going to be in the title of the class name. And then it's going to keep the name of the class that you had. You can give it a section, a subject, and a room, and you hit copy. Just note here, when you copy classes, all of the information that is in the classwork page are not going to get copied. They're going to be saved as a draft post. So let me show you. All right, and here's my new class. It says copy of practice class. All right, it doesn't copy the students, so you still have to invite the students to the class. And any posts that you did have will be saved as a draft. Okay, so that was strange. Again, this is what happens when you go live, right? The class is gone. That's strange. Okay, There it is. I don't know what's going on, but it's right here. So I'm going to go into that class. And if I go to the classwork page, you can see all of my assignments that I had live in the original classroom are now saved as draft. And you can see that right here. So you still have to go in and open up these assignments or posts and post them so that they're live to the classwork page. You can also see here on the people page, there's no students. I have a whole new class code, so you have to invite the students or share the code with them. So me personally, unless you really need those posts that you had, you can certainly create a new class for your new marking period or your new semester and reuse the posts. All right, because you still have to go in and do some type of maintenance to the classroom, or you can copy the class. It doesn't matter. Either way, you still have to do some type of, you still have to go in there and make the assignments active or live. So with that being said, I went over a lot. I am going to show you one other thing here, the student perspective of Google Classroom. So the student perspective, I am in my student here. My Pebbles Flintstone is my test student. So in the student perspective, the student will see the post on the stream page, as you will see it. Their classwork page shows posts with grayed out assignments. When an assignment is grayed out, that means that the student completed it. They have a view your work link here. If I click on that as a student, all right, the student is going to be able to filter their work by assigned, returned with a grade, and missing. So they're going to be able to filter out their assignments according to these, the status of these, status of the assignments. All right. They are also going to be able to see who's in their class. All right. So I wanted to just show you this perspective a little bit because they see this link here that says view your work. All right. Where the teacher doesn't see that. They do see the Google Calendar and they do see the Google Drive folder icon. So with that being said, I did go over a lot here with these updates. The material post, the grading tool, the copy class feature, and of course add the classwork page to the old versions of your classes. What I would like to do is share my website. You can visit my website at bit.ly/thesweettalk website. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at bit.ly/thesweettalk channel, and you can email me at sweettalkshow@gmail.com. And you can also find me on, I changed my, made my show available on Podbean and Google Play Music, so you can listen to it as a podcast also. If you would like to be a guest on my show, you can visit my website and go over to the guests page and scroll down, and you can fill out this guest inquiry form. And as soon as you fill it out, I will be notified and I will email you back as soon as I can with a schedule that you can pick from to be on my show. And that's it. So I did go over a lot today. So I hope that this information was helpful. As the school year starts, I know teachers are very busy getting to know their students, making connections and relationships, trying to get into a routine, into a workflow, attending meetings, and everything else that we do. So that's why I thought that this would be the best time to go over these new features, because you may just be starting to use Google Classroom. So with that being said, I hope that this episode of the Sweet Talk was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And you can also reach out to me on Twitter at the Tech Lady. All right, until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.